Hello folks, hope you're all doing well and can see the top of my head. Not that you're missing much. I'm in the shed today and I still haven't got the angle of this new bracket thing that I've got up here to hold the camera quite right. But I think the important thing is that you can see what I'm doing down here as opposed to the not a lot of hair on the top of my head. Anyway, I wasn't going to do a video today. I was just pottering about down at the shed, sowing some new seeds, potting on a couple of cauliflowers there and whatnot. But I thought, well, I might as well, because I've got some leggy seedlings and I thought I'd show you how I go about recovering leggy seedlings. So when I say leggy, what it is when your seedling has gone really tall and thin, it's not had enough light and a bit too much heat, and it's maybe not looking so healthy. If I move these little pots out the way, sorry, it's a bit of a mess in here. That can just go in there. And I'll show you them. There's a couple there, you see them? See, they're really tall and thin, and you see how they're sort of leaning that way. That's where they've been leaning towards where the light is, and they've sort of stretched right up to try and get to that light because they're not getting enough light. Now you could throw them away and start again, or you can try and recover them. And I've got two different ways to try and recover them. I'll show you them both. One is to use these. This is a Hacksnicks root trainer. I like the Hacksnicks ones because they're split open like that, and it makes it really, really easy for getting the little plugs out of there. One thing I should say is that this is designed to plant seeds in and form really nice root systems on them. It's not designed to cheat, to try and recover your rubbish seedlings into nice plants. But you can use it for that, and the reason you can use it for that is because they're nice and tall compared to the normal cell trays. So if I hold that up and that up, you'll see it's at least 2, if not nearly 3 times the height. So all I'm going to do is pop a bit of compost in here. This compost is just normal compost. It's had a little bit of water added to it because it was quite dry when it came out the bag. You might see some little flecks of perlite in it as well, because I was just using this tray for my potting mix as well. Normally if I'm potting something on, I wouldn't use the perlite in it, but it's where I've been sowing the seeds, so it's got that in it there. So you can see, fill that up top, little bit of water. The reason I put water in there, because that's really, really dry compost. And when I put a hole in here, if it's really, really dry, the hole's just going to collapse on itself. So I've added some water to it, just so when we make that deep hole in there, that the hole stays and it doesn't collapse on itself. Now, if I can find my dabber thing, just one of these, couple of quid off Amazon, absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to make that hole, I'm going to twist it round, and I can actually feel at the bottom of here when that dibber is getting towards the bottom. And I want it just about at the bottom, not quite, but just about. So I've got that nice deep hole there, and if I rest that there, I'm just going to pop this seedling out. This is one of these Charles Dowding cell trays, the 60 cell one. I was a little bit, oh, my finger's stuck in it now. I was a little bit torn as to whether they're any good or not, because they're quite small. But as long as you don't overload them, as long as you don't try and multi-sow too much into them, you get really, really nice little plugs out the bottom of them. And the plastic on them is really, really good quality, so it's going to last for a long time. I keep dipping down because I'm aware that when I talk to you, I'm sort of cutting the top of my head off. But I'll try and keep myself in the shot. But I'm just going to give that a gentle sort of rub just to break that compost off the roots. And the reason is that because I want that to go as deep as possible. So I'm going to pop that in there. And ideally, I want it all the way up to the first set of leaves. I don't think this is just going to quite manage it, but I'm just going to firm that down. There you are, near enough, not too bad. So you can see it there. I'll show you there how far it's poking up. So we're nearly up to those first set of leaves. So that's one way to fix it, is to use one of these root trainers. And if I pop this down there, the other way to do it is just to use a normal plant pot. So again, it's the height of it that's important. So again, this is probably 2, nearly 3 times the height of the cell tray. And we're going to do pretty much what we did with the root trainer. In goes the compost. All right, again, you want it right up to the top. I'm firming it down a little bit, you know, just so it helps form that hole down the middle, but I'm not really compressing it in there. We don't want it really, really tight because it'll be a pain to get out once it's grown. And again, I'm going really, really deep, but not quite to the bottom. A little bit of a spin round there just to do that. And if we pop this out, Again, see if I can get my finger stuck again. Oh, hey, this will be a good one for the bloopers reel. There we go. Right, and again, I'm just going to break the compost off the bottom of this seedling. This one's even longer than the last one was. But again, we're just going to tuck it in there all the way down, pretty much as far as we can get it. You need to be a little bit gentle with them because they're so thin, you can snap them really easily. So you just need to be gentle with it. So there it is there again. We're nearly up to the leaves. We're pretty much up to the top there. And that's gone really deep. And the good thing about that is the pot and the root trainer, doesn't matter which one you do, you want the same end result. You want the compost all the way up to the top there. And that stem that we've buried in there will eventually start sending out roots, which is really good. And it should start to make a nice strong plant. So I could have binned them. I've got 5 of them there. I could have binned those purple sprouting broccolis, but I've not. A little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and a tall plant pot or a root trainer, and we've managed to recover them. Now I'm going to put them in a much brighter spot, and in a couple of weeks they'll be absolutely brilliant and ready to be planted outside once the temperature's gone up a little bit and the plants are a little bit bigger, and they'll be absolutely magic. Anyway, that's just about it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed that one. If you like, please give us the thumbs up or subscribe to the channel to see what else we're on, or to see if the purple sprouting broccoli makes it, or if I'm just talking a load of rubbish. Anyway, leave comments below. We're always interested in having a chat and see what anybody else is up to. If anybody else has any tips on how to recover leggy seedlings, great, pop them below and we'll have a read of them as well. We don't know everything. I love to learn and find out what's going on all the time. Anyway, that's it from me today, folks, and we shall see you on the next one. Bye for now.